This is revision session number 10. 10 of these went already. Imagine that 10 of these sessions went already, and we just have two more to go after this one, and it's exam. So the one next week or the one the following week, we'll go some long sessions. We'll very likely have a marathon session in one of those weeks. Look out for it. You can follow me, or your parents can follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Just search for Kerwin Springer, and you can find out everything that's happening there. Of course, there are some last minute people still now getting their copy of the SEA handbook. If you are one of those people, you can, and asking, I see people asking in the comments on my YouTube channel all the time, you can get it at, it's doing the fuzzy thing because of my face. You can get it at Nigel Arcan's, a bunch of different bookstores. So you can just WhatsApp the number. I'm going to put it up on the screen here. Let's go to find out more about it, or you can just call your favorite local bookstore and see if they have it in stock. Now, we only have like about 100 more in stock here at the Student Hub. So, and I think like within a few days that can run out, right? So those things. And the next batch is printing after SE. So write in figures 700 and 2000. So make your calls. Write in figures 700 and 2008. Let's go. Let's go. So I see some people got the book. Got the book here. If you got the book, big up you. Nigel Arcana has it. This person got the book. It's really helpful. Let's see. I get something really quick. Book help you get 70%. Yeah, so people see their grades going up. So you will see their grades going up. Big up. Nice, nice, nice. A lot of you all got the book, man. Nice. So write in figures. Let's go to the comments now. Let's start. I'm feeling a little congested, so hopefully I managed to hold out. 700 and 2008. That one was easy. Subtracting now. So 1 from 2 is 1, 4 from 9 is 5, 5 from 4, that can't happen. So we're going to take 1 from, what column is this? This is the thousandths column. We're going to take 1, so this is going to drop to 6, and we'll bring it across here. So this is 1400 now. So 5 from 1400 is none other than, oh, the screen too small. What ridiculousness are doing here, man? Yeah. Okay, so 9. So how Patrick was seeing this, by Patrick, you have some kind of bionic eyes, or how Pat animator still seeing now and I was doing it just now. Yeah, I maximize the screen. You all press like on the video, you know the drill. So don't forget, minimize the chat and then tell me how much likes it had when you press it. Tell me how much likes it had when you press like. So express 60% as a fraction in the slowest term. What you're gonna do is, anytime you see percentage, it means over 100. Cross out. So this is like 6/10, and we can still eke out 2 from there. 2 could go into that. 3 times 2 could go into that 5 times. So 3/5 is the way to go. Now I always advise. I don't like this. Some people like to write a fraction like this. I mean, you would write it like that in the chat here because that's all you can do. But in real life, write your fraction with a straight vinculum, whatever it is you call a line in the middle there. Make it straight, right? There's a reason for that. In secondary school, you'll see. Shade 2/3 of the shape below. 2/3. First, let's find out how many parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 parts. So if there's 12 parts, 2/3 is equal to what over 12? Well, the factor here is 4. So the factor here would be 4 times that. So 8/12. So we're looking to get 8/12. So they're telling me in the chat to shade 8. So I will shade 8. Any 8 would do. Obviously, if I were you all, I would try to shade like, I kind of number it bad there, but I would try to shade something like this. 8/12. Let's say 8/12. So I would shade like, this is 3, that's 6, and this is 2. So I may shade it in this way. You understand? Yeah? Not looking like really. And when you know what you say when you do that, when you do this in the exam, you have to whisper under your breath because you're not supposed to be talking in SE. We're cooking with Ramco gas. 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go to make 12. So now the next step is to multiply. Number 5 is to multiply 2.04 by 0.06. Look, I write over the same thing. Yes, for going on with me. So what I would do is just move this point. So I'll think of this as 204, and I'll move this point 2 as well. So I'll think of this as 6. So let's multiply 204 by 6. So that's one way to do it. 6 fours, 24. And 6 zeros, 2 zeros. I just put the 2 there one time since I see the 0 now. And 6 2s are 12. So 124 is not the answer, because you need to move back the point that you pushed. How much times you push the point? We pushed the point. The point was pushed 4 times in this direction, because they push it 1, 2, and then an additional 1, 2. So you need to see a point here and move it up 1, 2, 3, 4, and end up with a point here. So you can put a 0 there to make it look good. Why is it in the chat if you understand? Why I mean yes. Write the number 4, 7, 6, 600, 500. That one is extremely easy. I don't think I need to explain. Everybody take a look at number 7 and 8. Hey, Azara there. Look at me, anything by. Complete the sequence below by filling in the missing fraction in the box. So we want to fill in the missing fraction in the box. So we're really going on with this sequence, boy. This is looking like one of them tough questions, boy. Way. Maybe this was going up by 3. And this kind of hard to tell, to be honest. This is a little vague. It reminded me of a certain style of papers that people like to say hard. It have a little vagueness involved here. So it seemed like this one is going up by 3 all the time, I'm assuming. And that this one may have traveled up by 2, and 2. So I'm okay if people say 5 eighths here. That's a good idea. I may have been tempted to find LCM and find the actual value it's going up by as well. That seems like logic, because a sequence, so sequence is a pattern in SEA. They will give you 3 things at least. So 1, 2, 3. So it would have had an initial one there or something. So, or something after. So because this hard to establish a sequence given this. So number 8, Azara bought 20 fruits from the market vendor on Saturday. She bought 2 pawpaws, 5 bananas, and the remaining fruits were apples. What percentage of the fruit were apples? 20 fruits, 2 pawpaws, 5 bananas, remaining was an apple. So 7 other things other than apples. So let's subtract, and we will get 13 apples. Got it? Because there were 7 pawpaws and bananas. So when we subtract the other fruits, we will get how many apples there are. So there are 13 apples and 20 fruits in all. So how many fruits were apples? Well, and then the percentage, so it's going to be 13 over the 20 fruits multiplied by 100 over 1 to change the percentage. This is the fraction of apples. This could go into 100 5 times, and 5 by 13 is none other than 65%. Calculate the total value of the coins shown below, class. What's the total value of the coins shown below? Well, we have 300 people on it. Let me see if we can make the 400 today. So let's look for like cents. 25, 25, 25. And then we have 5, 5, 5, 5. And then we have, what else we have? We have all of these are 10. So the 10 is the way easiest to count because there are 5 tens. So there's 50 cents in the tens. And in the fives, how much we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 5. You can do that in our mind. That's 20 cents. And in the 25s, in the 25 cents, we have 3 of them. So that's 75 cents. So if we add up all of that together, how much will we get? 5 plus 7, 5, and 5 and 7 is 5 and 7 is 12 plus 2 is 14. So this is 145 cents. To change the dollars, we need to divide by 100, meaning move the point 2 places to the left. So this is $1.45 is the answer. See what Israel or Alexander saying there? We still have 156 people yet to pay their fees by liking the video. I'll let you know how it is. This class is free, except you must press the like button. When you press the like button, you make YouTube send the video so more people could see the class. So press the like button. It's kind of late to join my lessons right now. So the number on the screen is the number on WhatsApp if you want to join any of the classes that I teach or any student hub. 2.014 kilometers. Well, to change kilometers to meters, we multiply by 1,000. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 2014 meters. That's good. That's good. That's good. I feel like that goodness right there. So Kyle spent, you only understand, I'm doing this a lot of times these days, multiplying by 1,000, you just move the point 3 times. Yeah? And if you was dividing, you move the point 3 times to the left. We all should know that by now. So Kyle spent 5/8 of his monthly allowance, was left with 105. This means the remainder, which would be out of 5/8, the remainder will be 3/8, is represented by 105. So if I want to find the whole, and you could bet your bottom dollar SE is going to give you an example of finding the whole. In this case, you're going to find this whole monthly allowance. You would need to multiply by the reciprocal. How many of you all saw this in the SEA handbook? So this is 8 over 3. And 3 can go into this 3 times remainder 1, so 35. So the answer is 35 times 8 is what's left on the numerators here. 35 by 8. 8 5s are 40. 8 3s are 24 plus 1. 24 plus 4, sorry, is $280. Kyle hard boy. Kyle here start off with a 280. Like good money there, boy, Kyle boy. Express 2.6 hours in minutes. Hours in minutes is a little tricky, eh? Hours in minutes is a little tricky. So how are we going to express 2 point? No, the reason I got 3 here is because I used the remainder, what was left. So he spent 5/8 and was left with 3/8. So 3/8. So this is supposed to be a 3. Careful. 2.6 hours in minutes. Well, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So 2.6 hours is 60 times 2.6. Yeah? So 2.6 times 60, it's easy to multiply it like this. 6 6s are 36. 6 2s are 12 plus, so 156. And we actually need to we move the point 1 this way, so we need to bring it back this way. So I got 156 minutes. Do not put 26 minutes or 260 minutes like you're thinking you're moving the point like this. No. You need to multiply by 60. 156 minutes. That's the trick. That's the trick. A box of cupcakes weighs 2. Why is it 35 times 8? Now, I wouldn't be able to stop for every single question you ask. You may have to stop and watch back the video. Where was the 35 times 8? Oh, because 3 can go into 105 35 times, and in the end you have 35 times 8. And most of the time students would answer in the chat. A box of cupcakes weighs 2.8 kilograms and a box of cookies this amount. By how much is one box heavier than the other? In grams. You see that? Pay attention here. Always pay attention to the unit they want the answer in. So I need to convert this to grams. So if I convert this to grams, that is actually 2,800 grams, because I have moved the point 1, 2, 3, put 2 zeros there. 2,800. So I need to subtract to see how much heavier it is. So I'm thinking 1505, 905 or something like that. 905 grams. Yeah, 905. When I did it in my mind, 905. But let's say you didn't do it in your mind, and you took one from there, distance 7, distance 10. You take one, distance 9, distance 10. So 5 from 10 is 5, 9 from 9 is 0, 8 from, well, let's just do 18 from 27 and get our 9 there instead of having to do the whole borrowing thing. So 905 is indeed the answer. Or you can double check the subtraction here, right? You can double check the subtraction. So the cost of the SEA handbook, most bookstores sell it for $120 around there. How many pieces of ribbon? 15 centimeters long. So a lot of conversion in this sample paper here. A lot of conversion. They basically want you to divide 1.8 meters by 15 centimeters, but I'll need to convert the 1.8 meters to centimeters. Since 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters, 1.8 meters is 1.8 multiplied by 100, which is the same as 180 centimeters. So what they are asking me to do is divide 180 centimeters by the 15 centimeters ribbons. And 15 can go into this one time, remainder 3, and 15 can go into 32 times. So the answer is 12. 12. So if you have to get the book and you're in Tobago, the best bet is to order the book. But this is probably a last week that you can order the book because it takes a little while to come. We have lots of students in Tobago with the book. Is there Nigel Arcans in Tobago? There's a Nigel Arcans in Tobago. You could probably get it there. But call them first to make sure. The clock shown. Well, you see, the SEA handbook is a revision book. So it's like a book that you could watch on the day before SEA and just fine-tune up everything. Because it's not that big in it. It's not that big. It's like a small book on some of the most of the essential things that you need to know for SEA for this exam specifically. It's a good one. You can hear people talking about it after the exam. So the clock shown below is 15 minutes fast. So it should be back, back, back. That clock should be pointing here. Yeah, that's 15 minutes. Slow it down there. To which number should the longer hand point to show the correct time? It should point to 5. They didn't ask it, what's the time? They didn't ask it, what's the time, Alexandria and Leanne, Tristan. They asked it, which number it should point. So if you come here and put 225, you know you'll get it wrong. You need to put 5. Follow the instructions of the question. That's why it's important to read your questions. Number 16, Renelle buys some of the stationery as advertised. She buys 6 erasers and pays with a $20 bill. How many pens can she buy with the remainder of the money? How many pens can she buy, right? Well, she bought 6 erasers. So she bought 6 erasers. She spent $10. How I know that? Because 3 for 5, so 6 for 10. I can do that in my mind. I don't need to explain that to you all. You all know that makes sense, right? So she spent $10 if she bought 6 erasers. So 20 take away 10 is $10, obviously. So it means she has $10 more to spend on pens. But pens are 2 for $5. So if she has $10, how many pens will she get? She gets 4 pens. Just multiply this by 2. Since 5 will go into 10, 2 times 2 by. So this is a question you could have done in your mind straight up. Circle the shape below with a uniform cross-sectional area. You all write it in the chat. Which one of these should I circle? Circle the shape below. So cylinder, of course. These are getting smaller as we go up top. It's making smaller and smaller squares. These are making smaller and smaller circles as we go up top. These are circles kind of way too that get small, get big, and then get back small. When you say cross section, I mean like if you cut it. If I cut this, I will get a circle here. I'll get the same size circle there, same size circle there, same size. Uniform cross section. It's uniform. It's the same size. The diagram below shows, I'm just laughing at some of the things I've seen in the comments here. But talking kind of calm because I don't want to raise my voice today. It's kind of giving a little problems. The diagram below is what going on with this angle, boy. This angle is supposed to look more like this. This angle dancing, boy. Shows three angles. AB is a straight line. Calculate the value of y. So on a straight line, it's 180 degrees, right? So if you're seeing me blurry, you need to change the quality on your end. You need to change the quality on your end, right? If you're seeing me blurry, you can change the quality on your end. Diagram below shows three angles. Excuse me. So yes, so this is 90 degrees because it's a right angle, and the 58 degrees here adds up with the 90 degrees. So to get the value of y would be the total straight angle minus the 90 minus the 50. So I can add the 90 plus the 58, together. So this is 180 degrees minus 90 plus 58 is 148. So this is 32 degrees. 32 degrees. Y'all understand that? Now, these questions may or may not show up. They kind of getting very rare, but you'll understand what to do if you have to find the missing angle. Number 19, go ahead. The mean of 24 and 18 is the same as the mean of 27 and A. What does the number A represent? A few ways to do this. We can find the mean, or we can see how much this went up by. Since it's just two numbers, this went up by, it went up by 3. But this should also go down by 3 to balance off, you understand? So if I push this up by 3, I will get 27. So to balance it off, I should push this down by 3 and I will get 15. That's the shortest way to do this question. Another way to do it is to find the mean. So I can say 24 plus 18 is the same as whatever it is, I don't know, 42 or some kind of thing. So is that correct? 8 and 4 is 12. Bring across here, 42. When I divide this by 2, I get the mean being 21. So when I divide this by 2, I get the mean is 21. So if I want the mean to be 21, I need this to add up to 42 as well. So I can just say 42 minus 27, which is equal to 15. Which is equal to 15 as well. How many of y'all do it this way? This is the way most students will do it, but you could also just check and see how much they off balance it by with two numbers. All right, so number 20, take a look, see if you can do it. The table below shows the number of runs scored by Ozil in 4 cricket matches. 100 runs in all. Complete the table to show the number of runs he scored in match 3. So we are assuming these are complete. So let's see. This is 2 by 8, so this is 16. This is 8, 8. 3 8s are 24 up to here so far, plus half. I am assuming this is half. It's not looking too half. Shall you watch this close? Director, bring out your microscope and check and see if this is half, please. Assuming this was half, so this is 30. This is half would be 4 instead of 8, so this is 28 here. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 8s are 40. And in all, he scored 100 runs. In all, he scored 100 runs. So if it's blurry, you need to change the settings on your side, right? So you need to go on the gearbox icon and raise your settings. So when I add up all of these so far, I think that 8 and 6 is 14, and 2 and 2 is 4 plus 4, 84. So 84 runs so far, but he needs to make 100 runs in all of these. So he's still missing out on 16 runs. I can't write 16 runs here. So what I need to do is draw 3 Wait, just 2 circles. Just need 2 circles. Because each circle here would represent, each circle here represents, each circle there represents 8 runs. That's cool. Lovely. So 21. Zyme triples a certain number and then adds 9. The result is 45. What is the number? So this is a number algorithm question. So what I call a number algorithm or a number operation question. And most of the times to solve these questions in SEA, you just need to go backwards. So you start off with 45. He adds 9, so you need to subtract 9. If we subtract 9, we'll end up with 36. He triples a certain number. Triples mean multiply by 3. So if you multiply by 3, we now need to divide by 3. So we need to say 36 divided by 3 is the same as 12. And 12 is the number. Now we must always double check to see if we did the correct thing. So Zyme triples a certain number. So 12 times 3 is 36. And then he adds 9. Add 9, you get 45. So it works out. Safa gained 30 points for being punctual. However, yesterday she was 10 minutes late to school and she lost 40% of my points. How many points does she have left? Well, if she lost 40%, she has 60% left. So this means she has 60 over 100, which is the percentage, multiplied by 30 over 1. Boop, bap, bap, bap. 6 by 3. No answers for this one yet. She has 18 points left. Let me just double check. She lost 40% of her pointers for 10 minutes late. Wait. So 40% of her points. So she has 60% left. So yeah, she has 18 points remaining. Cadell started his mathematics assignment, which contained 40 questions. For every 8 questions he completed, he took a 5 minutes break. Cadell, what kind of slackness is this, boy? Every 8 minutes you taking a 5-minute break, boy? Like too much break. Anyhow, what was the total amount of time spent on breaks during the period he started and completed? Well, if it's 40 questions, 40 divided by 8 means 5 breaks. This is a little tricky. Let me double check this because there's a problem in this somewhere. Let's check this, right? So he did 8 questions and then he have a break. Then he did up to 16, then he have a break. Then he did up to 20. 4, then a break. Then up to 32, then a break. Then when he reached 40 questions, there's no break here, you know. He done. So in all, there are only really 4 breaks. How many of you all agree with that? So there are only 4 breaks here, so this question needs to double check. This is a distance pattern question. So he only got 4 breaks. This is a distance pattern question. You all understand this? This is just like the question with the cards. And if I ask you 1, 2, 3, 4, how many spaces are there between the first and the 4th card? Or how many cards are there from the first to the 4th card? There are actually not 4 take away 1, 3. There are actually 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, because you need to include the 4th and the 1st. You need to watch out with these questions. Watch out with these questions. Think very carefully about them. So he's taking breaks in between. At the end here, he's done. So there's no break here. So there are only 4 breaks actually. So 5 minutes at 5 by 4 is 20 minutes in the break. All right. Well done by Kieran, bye. Mr. Jones purchased a piece of wire 5.5 meters long. He cut 2 3/5 meters of it to use as fencing for his vegetable patch. What is the length of the remaining piece of wire? So we need to subtract 5.25 minus 2 3/5. So we do the whole part first. Whole 5 minus 2 is 3. And then we do the fraction part next. Most of you all would know this method. Quarter minus 3/5, and we do the LCM. 20, 4 into 5 is 5. 5 minus 5 into 20 is 4. 4 by 3 is at 12. And we have a problem here. Because you end up subtracting a bigger number from a smaller number. And in SEA, there's a no-no. So what we're going to do is hop on over there, and we're going to take one of this. So this will turn into 2. And if we take one of this and bring it across here, it changes into 20 out of 20, because 1 is the same as a whole, right? 20 out of 20. And the reason we put it over 20 is the denominator is 20. So it's like this 5 is going to get a little help from that 20. So this is actually going to turn into 20 plus 5, which is 25. So now 25 take away 12. How many of you all know about doing this? 12 from 5 is 3. 1 from that is 13. So the answer, the real answer is actually 2 and 13 over 20. 13 over 20, right? The hexadecimals, you could also use decimals, yes. You could also say 5.25 and 2.60 and subtract and work it out that way. But it's better to just carry on with the same format that they use in since they didn't specify. So Soraya bought a palm tree. What about Soraya? You buying palm tree and thing out here? 0.75 meters in height. She planted it in her backyard and it grew 0.25 meters every week. So how many weeks does it take for the palm to reach 5 meters high? Well, this question requires some thinking. I want it to reach 5 meters high. It started off at 0.75 meters already. So I need to do a little subtraction first to find out how much height it needs to grow still. How much height this palm tree needs to get still. Because if it's already 0.75 meters tall, and I want it to go to 5 meters tall, let's see how much I need. It needs to grow. You all be careful, don't get COVID before exam. 0.75. So when I subtract, I am going to get 4.25. Agreed? So it needs to grow 4.25 meters. So y'all listen to me. If any parents is out there, obviously you would know this as well. Limit your contact for the next 3 weeks so that you don't contract COVID-19 before the exam, and next thing slow you down, and next thing you can't take the exam, right? Don't get COVID-19. And then it's growing, it's boosting up 0.25 meters every week. So if it needs to grow 4.25, how many weeks? Well, I need to say 4.25 divided by 25, which is the same as 4.25 multiplied by 1 over 25, or 4.25 divided by 25. Is it 25? Sorry, it's 0.25. Lots of ways to visualize this question. You can move, if you move the point 2 ways here, you can move it 2 ways there. So this is 425 divided by 25, same thing. The best way for a student to see this might be to realize that 25 could go into 100 4 times. And since there are 400s, that's 4 by 4 is 16. And there's an additional 25, so that's 17. I think a lot of you all would have done that in your mind, right? A lot of you all would have, what I just said, anybody did that in your mind like that? Another way is to break it down. So 5 could go into this 5 times, 5 could go into this 8, 2, 5, and then 5 could go into 85. And when you do this, you get 17. So 5 could go into 1, and that's another way you can break it down, right? So let's keep it bubbling. Victoria went to a bakery and purchased 30 pastries consisting of 6 cheese puffs, some croissants, some beef pie. She purchased twice as many beef pie as croissants. She recorded her purchase as shown below. So 6 cheese puffs and 30 in all. And now we need to figure out how much of these we have. Well. Let's use the block method. She purchased twice as many beef pies as croissants. And these 3 blocks represent the difference between 30 minus 6. So let's go. 30 minus 6 is 24. 24 is one of the most popular numbers in SEA, boy. Woo! And one of the reasons is because it have a lot of factors. So anyhow, so these 3 blocks represent 24. So if 3 blocks is equal to 24, then 1 block would be equal, or one part, or one fraction of it is 24 divided by 3, 8 items, right? So therefore, we know that this is 1 block, so this is 8, this is 2 blocks, so this is 16, and we can add back up all of this to verify that our answer is indeed correct. So we completed the table. Why isn't it chat if you understand the block method there? Block method coming to save the day. What percentage of the pastries bought with cheese puffs? That's easy. 6 out of 30 multiplied by 100 over 1, because there are 6 cheese puffs. Clap, 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 clap. So now you end up with a nice, beautiful 20%. Keep in mind, if you're finding division or subtraction going a little too fast, remember we're in the last few classes now, so I expect you all to know that and be able to do it fast. But if you still find it a little too fast for you, maybe you're a standard 4 student, you could always come back and watch over the video and press pause and work it out yourself and make sure you follow everything. Using each digit only once, write the largest 4-digit number, start with the biggest. So 9, then the next biggest 7, then the next 4, 2, 4-digit number, right? We use every digit only once. Smallest 4-digit odd number. So let's try out what the smallest number would be. Start with the smallest. 2, 4, and then use the second smallest, and then 7, and then 9. Is that an odd number? That is an odd number. That is an odd number. So we got lucky. The very first smallest number that we could create was an odd number. Thank the Lord, they didn't say prime number or anything, because who went and figure out prime numbers up so big? The product of 2 numbers is 6. One of them is 2 and 2/5. What is the other number? It means you need to divide 6 divided by 2 and 2/5 to find the answer. So if you multiply 2 numbers to receive 1 number, remember that, class? So if I said 3 times 4 is equal to 12, and let's say I didn't know what this number was. This number was in a box. It's hidden. To figure out what this number is, I'll need to say 12 divided by 3. That makes sense? That makes sense, right? So if 2 numbers, the product of 2 numbers, it means multiplying 2 numbers together equals 6, and they told me one of the numbers is 2 and 2/3. Similarly, if I'm trying to find out the missing number, I need to say 6 divided by 2 and 2/5. Sorry, it was 2 and 2/5. So 6 divided by 2 and 2/5, change this an improper fraction. This turns out to be 12 over 5, because 2 by 5 is 10 plus 2, 12. And this is the same as 6 multiplied by 5 over 12. So the answer is 5 and 2. Answer is 5 over 2. But let's write it back as a mixed number. 2 can go into 5 2 times, remainder 1. So 2.5 is the answer. Why isn't it chat if you understand? So it had a lot of skill involved in this question. This is kind of popular. We do like about three similar to this already since we started the Sunday revision. And the Sunday revision session, these questions are strongly based off of SEA style questions for the last 10 to 15 years. Strongly based. So it's the difficulty isn't much harder or much easier. It's like on the money, right? Exactly. If you're doing good, if you are in the Sunday revision classes, I know the tutors mark a little hard. I've been watching some of the tutors marking, and there's some hardness in some of the marking. So, but if you've been doing good in the Sunday revision session, those of you who registered, it means that you are ready, or very ready, for SEA. Anna bought 2 mints at 45 cents each. So 2 mints will cost 90 cents, and a bottle of water for $4.50. So one water bottle, 1 blue waters. What's your favorite type of water? 1 water is Ramco gas. 1 water is $10. No, wait a minute. 1 water is $4.50. What am I saying? $4.50. 450 cents. So 90 cents is the same as $0.9, right? 450 cents is $4. Let me keep it in dollars. Change from a $10 note. So we need to add up. So we will get 540. Verify that when you add that up, you get 540. And when I subtract, when I say $10, take away 540, you're also supposed to be able to do this in your mind too. Now, let me tell you what happened in my mind, right? 5 from 10 is 5. But then I'm seeing there's a little extra to take away. So I know this is going to be 4. And then 40 to make up 100 is 6. So I know this answer is going to be $4.60. And I wanted the $10. Number 30. How you find me going? You find me clocking good speed these days? Getting faster and faster, right? So 30, a pumpkin weighing 4.5 kilograms is placed on the scale. Draw the new position of the pointer when the pumpkin is placed on the scale. So these questions are pretty popular these days. These ones, pretty popular these days. So right now it seems like this is pointing. Is this an assumption? I must, if a student thinks this is pointing in the middle, I wouldn't give them wrong. Because it's kind of looking like it could be pointing in the middle too, right? I feel they wanted to think it pointing here because there's this thing in SCA for clocks and for scales, they don't go into like 0.7 and point whatever. They will only go 0.51. It's in the syllabus. So this is really 0.5 right now, right? 0.5. And if you added a pumpkin that weighs 4.5 kilograms, then where should this point? This should point not 4.5, but remember it started off at 0.5. The scale is a little bad. It should point at 5. You're paying attention? So it should point at 5. Why should it point at 5? Is because maybe this is making it, this is heavy, maybe this is heavy, like 0.5 kilograms. So this made it off by a little bit, by 0.5. And 0.5 plus the 4.5 for the pumpkin is 5 kg. So it should point at 5 kg. Draw the new position. Boom. What is the mass of the pumpkin to the nearest kilogram? Well, it's 4.5 kg. So that is equal or approximately 5 kg to the nearest kilogram because the number that's come after is 5. When the number that comes after is 5, you need to give this a boost 5 and over. A boost by 1. So this is 5 kg. You're going good. Number 31. A handbag and 4 pairs of shoes together cost this amount. So 1 handbag plus 4 pairs of shoes. 4 pairs of shoes cost $13.50. The cost of each pair of shoes is $285. So we know that this is actually $285. Calculate the cost of the handbag. So let's work out the cost of all shoes. 4 shoes would be $285 multiplied by 4. So we have some spammers here. All right, let me deal with them. Excuse me. Oh, just now I put in these spammers. I'll lay these spammers to rest a little bit. You can really relax these spammers. You good there? All right, we're back on track. 4 by 5 is 20. Somebody sent me on Instagram a really hard apparent unequal sharing question, so I think I'll do it and post it on my Instagram later this evening. 4 by 5, if your parent had Instagram, you can tell them to take a watch. 4 by 5 is 20. Put the 2 there, 4 8s are what? 32 plus 2 is 4. 4 2s are 8 plus 3 is, you all got 1140. 1140 so far. That's now, let me think about it. Yeah, enough thinking about it. I feel like that good. So 1140 so far on shoes. So let's subtract to find out the handbag. Handbag is going to be 1350 minus 1140, which is 012, $210. So Sandra works 8-hour shifts per day and is paid $15 per hour. She works 5 days, calculate the total amount she's paid. So every day she earns 15 times 8. 15 times 8 is how much? 8 5s are 40, 8 120. So $120 sis is earning every day. So for 5 days, she will earn the 120 times 5, because 120 every day, 5 12s are 60. So this is $600. Let's double check. Calculate the total amount she's paid. Let me read the question. She works 5 days, 8-hour shifts, $15 per hour. I think we're cooking at Ramco gas day. What about today? Ramco gas has been cooked. On weekends, the hourly rate is 1.5 times the weekday rate. If she worked 8 hours on Saturday, how much was she paid for the day? Well, 1.5 times the weekday rate, which is 15. She's paid $15 a day. So 1.5 times 5. How much does she earn in a day? She earns 120 in a day. So 1.5 times 120 is 180. And let me show you how I did this in my mind. 1.5 means 1.5. Half of 120 is 60. So 1.5 times 120 is the 120 plus half of 120, because multiplication is repeated addition, so I get 180. Of course, you could have go and work it out as well. You could have say 120 multiplied by 1.5, and at the end of the day, you would get 180 as well. So 180. She works 8 hours on Saturday. Wait, you did. Hold on. Did I do the right thing? Yes. So the answer is 180, because she worked 8 hours, which is the same as how much she was working every day, 8-hour shifts. So 8 hours by 15 is 120. So if she's paid 1.5 times that amount, it should be 180. Now, some of y'all would have done it the other way, where you'd say 15 times 1.5 is 22.5 or something like that. 22.5 when you work out this, and then you multiply this by 8, and then 260, 2.5, which would let you end up with 180 as well. Well done. Everybody good? My Instagram is @KerwinSpringer. The mark price of a laptop was this amount. A discount of 15% was offered to the store to boost sales. Calculate the discount being offered. 15% multiply by 3200 over 1. Bap, 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 bap. So we need to multiply 32, multiply by 15. 1, so you can just write back 32. 5 2s are 10, so let's put that there. Bring across to 1. 5 3s are 15 plus the 1, so 160. So in the end, this is $480 is the discount. Hold on, I think I may need to block some other people. Let's just double check. There are some people doing some dread things in this chat, boy. Oscar, take it easy. Take our time out, Oscar. All right, so there you go. Calculate the amount a customer would pay for a laptop after the discount was applied. So after you apply the discount, it'll be 320 minus 480. Zoop. So you need to borrow. But we like to say borrow, but we never really given it back. 11, 10. So 8 from that is 2. 4 from 11, 7, 2, 7, 2, 0. So some of the brilliant people in this chat figured this out a long time ago. So that's how much you'd pay, 2720. Lovely. Janae bought one of the laptops and later sold it for $258. Calculate her loss. So her loss is going to be how much she bought it for, cost price, minus the selling price. So it's going to be 2720 minus the 2584, which is sell it for. So another subtraction to do, guys. So I'm going to put 6 here. I'm going to put 12 there to the 11, put 10 there. So I'm going to get 6. 8 from 11 is 3. 5 from that is 1. Why am I getting 136? Is that correct? Yeah, I think that's correct. Ooh, as a percentage. Whoop. How much marks for this? Maybe 2 marks. So I need to put the 136 over 2584, which isn't pretty. Multiply by 100 over 1. Yikes. Calculate a loss as a percentage of the cost price. Well, this looks like 4 could go into this. 36, 4 could go into that, and 4 could go into that. And this looks like 4 could go into it as well. So let me begin to work with magic. 4 could go into this, and you will get 3, 4 to the 4. And 4 can go into this, and you'll get 6, 3, 1. Excuse me. 6, 3, 1. Where are we left with this? This isn't pretty. Did I get 126 or 136? This isn't pretty. And I think it's supposed to be pretty. Did I make a mistake? People. Yeah, all right. Did I divide wrong? Hold on, let me just double check from everywhere. So 15 15 by 32. This look good. This part here looks good. Let me do it in my mind. Yeah, this is 8. Yeah, so this is good. This part here looks a little messy, but I could follow my work and it's good. So let's see if the division went wrong here. What I was dividing, 4 could go into this 6. I mean the ones. 4 could go in. Oh, 4. Should this be 4? This should be 4. 4 remainder 2, and this is 6 here. So good. Yeah, because that number. This number was bothering me. I don't think it would have worked out nice if it was that number. And then we can try 2. We can try 2. 2 could go in. Maybe you could try 17. All right. Well, let's pretend we didn't know we could try 17. Because I'm feeling like it might be able to just take a 17. Well, you see, if 2 could go into this, 2 could go into this 17 times. 2 couldn't go into this 3 times. So 17 times maybe, let me say 19, 17 times 17. Did I put it over the right price? Calculate the loss as a percentage of the cost price. Oh my gosh. I always say this every class, and I put it over the wrong price. That's why we have the brilliant people in the chat. So calculate a loss at a percentage of the cost price. This is the cost price. Oh, geez and ages. We waste a lot of time on this question, but it was going so good. And by we, I mean me. 27. Oof. It was set in the freeze. 2720. It's not happy. It's not happy having to do over this question. So this was 136 over 2720 multiplied by 100 over 1. So this one looks a little more promising. Yes, this one looks a little more promising. So that 0 could go. And let's try back 4 again. So how much we got when we went 4 into this? 4 into this was 3, 4. And 4 into this was 6, 8. And that is just 34 by, right? So this 34 is 1, and this is 2. And 2 could go into this 5 times. So is that's 5%? 5%. Yeah. But just to be clear, like if you bought something, that's your cost price. And if you sell it, that's your selling price, right? So if you are a store or somebody's going to sell an item in the future, and you bought a, what are you buying these days, boy? You bought a Nintendo Switch. You bought a Nintendo Switch for 10,000. I don't know how much for Nintendo Switch. They say 4,000, right? We don't rub the people out here. And you sell it back. When you sold it back, you sold it for 3,000. You made a loss, obviously, of 1,000, right? So if you made a loss of 1,000, the percentage, when you're working out your percentage loss, you always put it over the original price. So it's going to be 1,000. Don't forget that. See, I made the mistake just now. I just immediately grabbed the last value. So it should go over the original price. So you made a 25% loss. So shout out to everybody from India. What we are doing is primary school mathematics here. Seen some people from India in the chat. So if you are a parent of a student who is around the age of 10, 11, how old are you all here? 10, 11, that's the age for this mathematics. But on my channel, I do maths all the way up to like around 18-year-old something. So the perimeter of a rectangle with a length of 16 meters, 54 is 54. So the rectangle has a length of 16 meters and it has a width, but the perimeter is 54 meters. So I need to multiply this 16 by 2, right? For sure, I should multiply this 16 by 2 and then subtract. So I will get 54, 16 by 2 is 32, minus, and I will get 22 here. So it means this 22 meters, yeah? So this 22 meters must account for the two widths. So one width would be 22 divided by 2. So 2 W's is 22 meters. So just the one of the width would be 22 over 2. And everybody know that's 11 meters, right? Calculate the area of the rectangle. It will be 11 times 16. So 16 times 11 length by width. 16, 16, 176. 176 meters squared. Is that good for y'all? Press like, people, press like. If a rectangle of length 5 meters was cut from the rectangle as shown, what would be the area of this shape? So this is the same rectangle from before, where the width is, we found the width to be 11. Found the width to be 11. So you're going to do some CSEC streams right after SE. That's for the secondary school students. So what will be the area of this shape? The area of this shape that they cut would be 5 by 11, which will be 55 meters squared. Wow, the chat is really speeding today. Diagram below just shows a square base pyramid. Drawing of the solid's faces. Well, we have one face, which is at the base that looks like this. We have another 3 faces, which look like this. The number of faces in all, 4 triangles and 1, maybe it's a square based. Yes, no, square based. So let me change this to a square. Make my thing look like a square there here before we get in trouble here with the square police. Right, so it has a square, and then you have some triangles. So the number of faces, 4, 5. 4 triangles and the square, 5. Number of edges, well, there's edge, edge, edge. So that's 3, 4 edges, 5, 6, 7, 8 edges in all. Number of vertices, 1, that's the pointy part. That's the part if you pelt somebody, you can chop them. 4 and 1, so 5 vertices. Lovely, lovely. You know we call that? Coconut Ramco gas. Oh geez, and this is the most complicated one we draw for the season yet. So this is 2 away. So let's put a dot right there. Y'all know how I tell you how to do this. 1, 2, 3 away. So 1, 2, 3. Put a dot there. Straight down to D. Come back in for E. Go back out a little further. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 for F. So F is here. G would be over there. And now we connect up everything using straight lines and a ruler, people. I kind of freehanded it right now. In the exam, you will have a nice little small ruler and long ruler. You can use whichever one. A clear ruler. Don't come in with no wooden ruler. The clear ruler makes it easier for you since you can see what's going on under the ruler. And that's your shape there. Sometimes they'll ask you like if there's how many line of symmetry or some kind of thing, right? But it didn't. 37. Mrs. Brown hold on there. Yeah, Mrs. Brown bought a box of bananas. 65% of the bananas were ripe, 75% of the remainder was green, and the rest were overripe and had to be thrown away. Of the amount of times I've seen these questions, I'm bleeding through my eyes with these questions. How many bananas were ripe? Okay, so 65% ripe, 75% of the remainder was green. So 75% of the remainder. So this 65% was ripe. How many was ripe or was green or overripe? Well, 65% was ripe and 75% of the remainder was green and the rest overripe. So it means the remainder here is 35%. You all agree? 35% of them would be green. Hold on, hold on. Seeing some wildness happening in the chat again. Yeah, I already blocked that person. Don't worry, don't beat up. I already blocked that person. So 35% of the remainder. Now the 75% of the remainder. Students, I want you all to pay close attention to this. 75% of the remainder was green. So this of here indicates multiplication, and the remainder is 35%. Because remember, 65% of the bananas were ripe. So if you're trying to figure out how much are green, the green, and the reason I'm figuring out this is because they have so many bananas, right? So I need to figure out each. Oh, okay, just figure out the ripe first, but I'll eventually need to figure out this. So let me just figure out the ripe first to begin with. How many bananas are ripe? If there was 240 bananas in the box, so I know these are looking like bananas, but I mean, you all use your imagination, right? Yeah, they're starting to look like bananas, maybe now. Yeah. So 240. Wow, that's a lot of bananas. How many of them are ripe? So 65% of 240. Zoop, zoop. 5 could go into that 13 times. Yeah. And 5 could go into this 2 times. 2 into this is 12. So 13 times 12 is how much? 156. Yes, 156 bananas were ripe. 75% of the remainder was green. So how many had to be thrown away? The overripe ones are thrown away. Well, if 75% of the remainder were green, 25% remaining of the remainder was thrown away. That making sense? The remainder would be 240. I can just work it out with numbers here. I don't need to go into the percentage. 240 minus 156, which is 484. So 25% of the remainder, and there are 84 mangoes remaining. 25% of the remainder, is it 84? Yeah, 25% of the remainder was thrown away. So the remainder is 84 mangoes. So a quarter times 84 was thrown away. 25% is the same as a quarter. So 4 could go into this 21 times. So 21 mangoes. Did I say mangoes? Bananas were thrown away. I'm feeling for a mango right now. 25% of the remainder was thrown away. Everybody understand this? I was a little sketchy with this, but I hope everybody grasped it in the end. Are you confused? How many of the bananas are ripe? Well, 65% of the bananas are ripe, so you all should have gotten that part out. So it means the remaining bananas, when I say 240 minus 156, that's how much were ripe. I got 84. And 75% of the remainder was green, but the rest were thrown away. So it means 25% out of this remainder was thrown away. So I found 25% out of 84, and yeah, boy, that turned out to be 21. Mrs. Brown paid 184 bucks of bananas. Calculate the amount she lost. Well, she lost 21 bananas out of the 240 bananas. She lost 21 out of the 240 bananas. This is the fraction of money she lost. And if there was $180 spent, let's see how much money she lost. So what we can do is try and see how many times 3 can go into 21, which is 7 times, and 3 can go into 24 8 times. And excuse me, non-COVID cough. So 2 can go into this 4 times, and 2 can go into this 9 times. So this is 7 times 9. 7 9s are 63 divided by 4. Is this 63 divided by 4? Need to double check. Don't worry, anybody who acting Sasuke in the band. So just to double check again. So SEA right around the corner, and somebody playing the clown in the SEA live stream. Wow, boy. Yeah, he get blocked for good this time. So he might come back again. And don't let her get all distracted. So 21 into what are we doing? We divided. We was divided. So 3 could go into 21 7 times. 3 could go into 24 8 times, and then we got something that was kind of messy. So 63 divided by 4. So let's go ahead with the 63 divided by 4. Most likely we'll end up with some decimals. Calculate the amount of money. So 4 could go into 6 1 time, remainder 2. 4 could go into this 5 times, remainder 2. 3, sorry, because it was 23. 4 can go into 37 times, remainder 2. And 4 can go into 20 5 times. So how many of you all got this one out? 15.75 was the amount of money she lost. 21 over 240. So this question was pretty rough. I would say this was a rough one. 1575 is what I'm getting. What is it? Is it 23? Yes, 1575. What do y'all think? What y'all think? I just pause to monitor the chat. So number 38, go ahead. Number 38. I should just scroll through here and see what is going on. All right, let's go. So people who asking to find the book, just WhatsApp the number on the screen and they'll tell you the bookstores you can get it in. Nigel Arcans is one of them, or you can just order it straight from us. So Sam, Mia, Atia, and Isaiah shared 700. Sam received the same amount that Mia had. So Mia received this amount. And Atia received the same amount that Mia had. And Isaiah got 55 less than Atia. So we need to start with Isaiah. I was just trying to see who to start with if we're using the block method. So we started with Isaiah, and Atia got 55 more than him. And Mia had the same amount as Atia, right? So both of these have 55 more than Isaiah. And Sam had 210 more than Mia. So he had the same thing that Mia had. So the block plus the 55 plus the 210. So this is the block method. How many of you all understand this? At the end of the day, you're trying to remove the excess, then divide to find one part of when they would be equally distributed. So just to repeat again, I started off with Isaiah because I wanted to use all positives. So I started off with Isaiah, who got 55 less than Atia. That means that Atia got the same amount as Isaiah plus 55. Mia received the same amount as Atia, so she has the same thing. So Mia and Atia received the same amount. But Sam, he received 210 more than Mia. So Sam got what Mia got, so the block plus the 55 plus an additional 210. So now, if it's $700, I can remove the excess of the excess is 210 plus 55 plus 55 plus the next 55. That's a lot of 55s. So this is 210 plus, I can do this in my mind to be 165, right? Because this is 50 plus 50 plus 50, which is 150 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, which is 15. So that's 165. And I can do this in my mind as well. So this is 573. $375 needs to jump off. $375 needs to jump off. So this is going to be 4 blocks. When I remove the excess, it will have 4 blocks will be equal to 700 minus 375, which is 425. And 4 blocks equal 425, which is a little problem. How much money did each person get? I need to double check this, but hold on a minute. Let me just scroll back to the class again and double check. What's going on in the comments? Are your comment people behaving? So what did I do? 325 should be here. 325 should be the answer here. It still leaves a very tough answer for us to get, but let's double check again. So Sam, Mia, Atia, Isaiah, 700 among themselves. Sam received 210 more than Mia. This is correct. Mia received the same amount as Atia and Isaiah, but 55 less. That everything is correct with the block diagram. How much money did each person get? So removing the excess, so we're getting 55 plus 55 plus 55 plus 210. 375, we subtract 325. So 4 blocks equal 325. So 1 block is 325 divided by 4. So 4 could go into this 81.25. 81.25. So each block is 81.25 times. You all agree? So as we get more and more people coming down to the end, you'll have more and more people trolling in the chat. So I'll just bring on my I'll just bring in my admins. I have a bunch of YouTube admins that I use for CSEC classes, but I don't really use them for the SEA. But I'll just bring them in for the next sessions to make sure I don't need to be distracted with people in the chat, right? The admins will take care of that. All right, so 81.25 represents 1 block. So Isaiah, he has 1 block, he gets $81.25. Atia would have gotten 55 plus 81.25. big up all the fighters who have been here from day one. Sorry, my energy is a little low today. It's because I can't shout my voice. I have to take it easy. So what I'm doing is I'm just working out how much each person got. Mia would have gotten the same amount, which would be this. And Sam would have gotten 210 more than these guys, Mia. So this is going to be 346.25. Now we need to double check and make sure everything works out. So this makes back 1. And I'm going to do some really quick addition here. This makes back 1. Put in 1 there. How much we need to get? 700. Right? So this is 2, 6, and 6. So that's 20. Bring across to 2. So this is 210 plus, not taking the value that I want. Make a quick addition. So double check this answer. It is 700. It is 700. It does make back 700. So this question is probably one of the toughest questions that we did since we doing the Sunday revision. And the reason it was so is because they allowed it to, they allowed one part to work out to be a decimal, which is rough. So this question would have made some people, scream and think. And you see the amount of working required. This is using the block method. If you use the algebra, may not have been this amount of working, but as I said, algebra is not something that we do on SCA. Number 39. Go ahead and do number 39 while I watch the chat again. Mr. Ali, you need to message the admin, message the head tutor on this one. All right. So we do number 39 now. So the jug shown in the diagram below holds 3 liters of juice when full. And we need to see, she fills 6 glasses with 220 milliliters each of juice. How many milliliters of juice is left in the jug? What? Okay, so we need to say 220 milliliters multiplied by 6. 0, 6 2s are 12. Wow, 6 2s are 12. 1320 milliliters in all. And they wanted the answer back in milliliters. So 3 liters is actually 3,000 milliliters. A lot of subtraction in today's class, boy. I feel like I subtracted my whole life here. So 0 across, not from things that I even cross out. So this is 8611680 milliliters. And the chat, the chat come back alive. The chat was real silent for this last question. Everybody was like watching this question in horror. Anyhow, how many more full glasses can she pour from the remaining juice? Well. We need to see how much times 220 could go into that. Okay, so 1680 divided by 220. So let's see how much times. So 2 could go into this 11 times, and 2 could go into this 84 4 times. So how many times can 11 go into this? I am thinking 7 times. How many times can 11 go into that? So 7 times with a remainder. So she could, we're not interested in the remainder because we want full glasses. Is it 7? It's 7 times. 11 can go into 84 7 times. So 7 times. That's what we need to look out for. There are a couple questions that come every now and then in SEA where you're not interested in the remainder. And this is one of them because you want to know how many more full glasses can she pour from the remaining juice. So when I divide this, I get in 7 and some kind of remainder. So 7 point something. But we're not interested in the remainder. We just want how many whole times you can get it. You understand that? Look out for those style of questions, right? Number 40, the table below. We are the last question. I feel like this was the hardest grind for me in a long while. I think it's because I'm not feeling 100%. What is the modal weight? What's the modal weight? I'm leaving you all with this one to answer. Answer this one. Answer this one for me. I don't really ban these spammers. I'm more time out these spammers, but the people who being rude and disrespectful, they get instant ban. Instant ban. And the ban doesn't feel bad, it's feel good. Only when you click the button and you click ban, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Because I am very impressed that we have so many students and maybe some parents to sit down doing all of this work for the Sunday. So for somebody to come out and be seeing all kind of wildness, the banners feel good earlier. The banners feel good. 66 is the modal weight, yes. Because wait. 66 is not the modal weight. 39 is the modal weight. 39 is the modal weight. So you all say 66 because it's the highest. But that's not how you work on mode. Mode is most frequent. So it turned out that 39 happened twice. That's the only one that was repeated. So 39 is the modal weight. I saw this TFA marks in SCA now. With them kind of modal question. And everybody think mode is the easiest thing in SCA, but sometimes they write these kind of things and a lot of people will go with the 66, but it's actually 39. Calculate the mean weight of the students. Are they serious, boy? Them serious with that mean weight thing, boy? More addition again, or more addition. So here we are, adding up numbers again in the final question. I wonder if you all could add up this for me, boy, since I'm running out of steam. Let's see how much things I add today. So this is 6. Wait, they want the answer in kilograms, right? They didn't say what they want the answer in, so we assume in kilograms. So they're telling me this is, again, all kind of numbers in the chat there. Yeah. 6 and 6 is 12, plus 9 is, plus 9 and 9 is 18. So 18 plus 12 is 30, plus 8, so that's 38. So I'm going to put a 3 there. I'm seeing 6 and 4 make 10. 6 and 4 make another 10, so that's 20. And another 8, so 28. So 288. All right, so 288 is the total. So the mean would be 288 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 students in the class. So 288 divided by 6. 6 can go into 28. 6 can go into 28 4 times, remainder 4, and 6 can go into 48. 8 times. So 48 makes sense. Yeah, I can live with 48. 48 kilograms. 48 kilograms. If Nirvan left the group, what is the new mean weight? So we're not going to add it back up again. We're just going to subtract Nirvan's weight out. So Nirvan, he's 43. So he's out. So 3 from 8 is 5. 4 from 8 is 4. So 245 now. And now we have 5 students instead of 6. So 245 divided by 5. 6T. Whoa. 5 into 24. 4 means 4. 49. It gone up a little bit there. Yeah, it gone up a little bit. 49. And that brings us to the end of today's class. Oh my gosh. Fighters for real, boy. Fighters for real. Yeah, boy. It was nice. It was nice. So this was one of the most grueling sessions. All it wasn't that long. It's 1 hour and 25 minutes. But I guess I guess it's because I wasn't feeling 200. So we made it. Or I should say, I make it, Ali. I make it. So shout out time. It's shout out time. Yes, Shreya, shout out time. You know what? Earlier, Patrick has been here for such a long time and always answering right through. I think we're going to give Patrick a gift today. I know I have some calculators here. Let me see if I have a calculator. Yeah, boy, Patrick, boy. So you have my number. Just next week I'll be doing lots and lots of giveaways. So just message the admin, and for secondary school, you would need to buy a calculator. This is one of the best calculators you could get. And this calculator is really good. Message the admin, and they will send this calculator. They will mail it to you, and you'll get that calculator. So shout out time. Whoop bap bip. So next week we're gonna do some more as well, because I see a lot of popular names here. Yeah, blessings by Patrick, boy. Christian, Terrell, Sherelle, Salima, Leon, J. Alex, Jediah. Somebody has a question here. 2 and 3/5 minus 1 and 1.5 plus 9 and 20. All right, so that's an easy question. So I'll just give you a tip. Do the addition. Do the addition part first, right? But this question is badly phrased, like for exam. So in exams, they generally don't phrase questions like this in public exams. But they could put it in your exam, like in Form 1 and thing. So we're still shouting out people. That question is testing body mass. So you need to do the addition first. Big up everybody who saw their grade rise. Everybody grade rising. Everybody is seeing their marks going up in these last few weeks. Azara. I started to know a lot of the names here, but I know Azara a long time. I know Azara since she in standard, maybe first year. Jasmine. So you'll see a name flashing up there, right there. I'm just doing a few more. Yep, let's see the grade rising big up. Twins in the house. We have twins in the house, boy. What location are they from, right? What location you all from? Which part of Trinidad you all from, people? Let me see the different parts of Trinidad in the chat today. We have a Tobago. They're all Tobago people. Aruca, Sando, Cuba, Diego Martin, St. James, Santa Flora, South, Rio Claro, Labre, Arima, Diego Martin, San Fernando, Indian Walk, Moruga, coming from Moruga, Arima, probably he should not quote that, Maracas, El Dorado, I see Felicity, Trinidad, I like that one, Diego Martin, Gasparillo, Chaguanas. I'm from Chaguanas to North, Arima, Siparia, Rio Clara, next Chaguanas, Barrackpore, Sandy, Felicity, Valencia, Utes, India, Barataria, Cunupia Grande, Princess Town, Laventille, Faizabad, Hardbagging, Mova, Talparo. I just do a couple more. Let's say Paris, California, Arima, the beach. Is that how you spell that? Brazil, cashew. Hey, cashew. I know the cashew. Cashew people. Somebody looking like a little spelling the name of your place properly. I go and learn how to spell the name of your place. Malik. Love and blessings, people. Hold it down. Keep studying. Make sure you're not. Most people I talk to who like doing really good in SEA or will do really good in SEA, they are doing like, excuse me, they are doing like a sample paper every single day. So if you could bring up the amount of work you're doing to a sample paper every day, you're at a pretty competitive level there. Some people, when I speak to them, they're doing one sample paper per week and think, you should be giving it as much as you can give it. Don't burn out yourself, but as much as you can give it, right? Which is like one paper per day. Make sure you have your sample paper, something. And I will see you next week Sunday. Look out. I will let you know if next week Sunday is the long session or the following Sunday is the really long session. Love and blessings. Big up all the fighters, America in the house as well. Love and blessings.